So the other day, I thought about this question, and the question is anybody truly happy? Um, I came up with this the other day when I was going through some pictures and organizing pictures and videos off my computer, um, bringing up a lot of fond memories and happy times in my life, a lot of nostalgia and stuff like that. Then I thought to myself, looking at these pictures, I don't even know how it popped in, but people always talk about being happy, but is anybody truly happy like 24/7? I know that would be impossible, but you know what I'm getting at. If is anybody truly happy in general as a person? Um, and that sort of stumped me a little bit, um, because then I started to think, it was like, when was the last time I was actually truly happy? And it took me a little bit to think about it, and I actually had to look through some of the things that I did over the in 2024 and what made me happy. And then I also posed the question to myself, what makes me happy, what truly makes me happy or joyous. And it's one of those questions that I think society does not think about as much, um, or even participates as much in or thinks about as they should. Um, because I would venture to say that most people are definitely not happy people. You see it all the time online, people bitching and complaining. Um, they're just like miserable and they're curmudgeons and stuff like that. Um, they just generally seem like grumpy people. I know I seem like that sometimes. Um, and I think people don't enjoy life as much as they should or do things that bring them joy. And I think people forget what actually makes them happy. I'm not talking about, seeing your kid's face at Christmas time, open presents, that brings you joy and happiness. But what specifically in your life makes you happy and what brings you joy and what do you specifically want to do or like activity wise or whatever that you want to keep doing because it brings you enjoyment and pleasure. um, and I think a lot of people are really lost if you actually think about that, um, because again, I don't think people truly are happy. And I think as a human race, I could fairly certainly say that humans aren't happy people. um, and we start to need to go back to that type of mentality, trying to make ourselves happy with um, without hurting others, um, and just finding what brings us joy. Because if we have happiness and joy in our lives and do the things that we love, um, I believe we will flourish. Because if you go throughout society and you interact with people, you could see it in people's faces, how they're not happy, and you can really tell that. I almost want to say they don't have any meaning in life or purpose. They're just going through the motions. And it's kind of sad because a lot of people aren't able to do some of the things that a lot of us are able to do, but choose not to do, if that makes sense. Um, and I would like to see people become more happier and do things that they actually want to do and what brings them joy. Because if they do that, I think society will become better overall. Um, but I mean, like for me, instance, like I enjoy running. It brings me happiness. I enjoy racing, visiting new places, seeing new things, learning new things. So it's not just one specific thing in my life that brings me joy or happiness. It's a multitude of things. But I really think people in general don't even have that one thing or know what that one thing is or able to do that one thing anymore that does bring them joy or happiness. I mean, it could be something simple as like volunteering somewhere, um, just sitting along a creek bank, enjoying the sounds of nature or fishing, um, sitting around a campfire, talking with family, friends, you know, spending time with people during the holidays. I just think we sort of lost our way and people don't truly know how to make themselves happy, what makes themselves happy, and what they can do to actually truly make themselves happy. Um, it's kind of one of those weird things to ponder, and it just like looking at pictures and stuff like that from the past really sparked that thought into my head because looking at the pictures, some of the things that brought me joy in the past don't anymore. Um, so it's kind of like one of those weird situations. Like I remember doing that, and I remember being happy doing that, but at the same time, if I were to do that today, I wouldn't get the same feeling. Um, so I guess a little bit has to be evolving your thoughts and your opinions as well, um, and maybe changing things up, um, because things do get stale. Um, I don't know. It was just one of those weird things, and I just wanted to throw out there a little bit and see what people had to say. But getting back to the main topic, are people truly happy? I would say no. Do people really know what makes them happy? I would say no. Do people do things that make them happy? Generally speaking, I would say no. So I think we need to fix that. And if we start fixing that, society as a whole will get better. The world will get better, and I think we could really make some strives to better the human race if we do that.